What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Mariano. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Odin. His name is Shelty. It's everyone's favorite map, Mediterranean. This is the best of the best series. This is currently 1-0 for Shelty in this game, winning the first game with Uranus. So he's shaking things up, giving you guys some Norse here. Giving you guys some Norse. We'll see if Shelty's got any ideas for Uranus here. We did see that Shadowfax's Thor, for example, had some very good success against Squash's Hades the other day. Now Thor, as opposed to Odin, Thor is pretty much inarguably the best. Is that the word? It is arguably the best god on water for the Norses. Because of the cheaper dwarves, because of the dwarven gold mine, you get a lot of value out of that in the early stages of the game in order to get yourself 3 docks. That's the play. Getting early 3 docks allows you to defend easily, get the extra dock to fight, to defend against the Zeus early oppression. But we'll see if Shelty's got any ideas here, or if he's just going to attempt to outplay Mariano, which generally does not work. Now, let's move over onto Mariano's perspective here. I want to have a couple of comments about the reasons why Zeus players don't win games on Mediterranean, or at least they struggle a little bit. So there's this new Fandangle build. I do this with my hands because it's new and it's Fandangle. It gets yourself out an extra fishing ship because you save the wood on the granary. You go straight onto pigs. Now, this is good in theory. This is very good in theory. You get an extra fishing ship out early, so you get more resources. Fantastic. Love more resources. Love efficiency. The problem with it is that all of these pigs get eaten early. They only have 88 food on them, so they all get eaten very, very early, which means you cannot use them in the mid-stage of the game. Which means you can't do things like semi-fast heroic, which is a very huge strategy and another reason why Zeus is, in my opinion, unbeatable on this map if you do the strategy correctly. So the strategy is not even difficult. For example, all you do basically is you go on 2 docks. In order to produce from these 2 docks consistently without need of more wood, you just put you put 15 villagers on wood, you get 7 villagers on gold, and you can produce for days. Your houses come out perfectly. And then you just put an extra 3 villagers on gold, and then after that, you can eat your herdables and get 9-minute, 30, 10-minute heroic age with perfect boat production. The aim of the build is you try and get the win early. If you get the win early, sure, great, fantastic. If you don't want to overfight it. You just abuse your range, sit back, wait for the heroic age, get arrow ship cladding, win the water, GG, and that's the strat here. But we'll see what Mariano is going to do. And you can see he's got 4 pigs left. These pigs are all going to kind of be gone. These pigs is probably not enough for the extra food to push yourself to the next age. He's got 8 fishing ship. This is no different to if you get the early granary down to eat your chicken or eat your boar, whatever. I mean, obviously you probably could eat the boar a little bit later, but it's like an extra bit of wood that you don't want to use. As easier to just throw them straight onto the herdables. You have to move to this, and maybe it's fine. Anyways, point is, we'll see what Mariano's going to do. We'll see what Shelty's going to do. We do see Freya coming through. I would like to see a little bit of an investigation into Heimdall on this map, simply because if you do end up winning the water, you can then undermine the dock in order to take it down faster, which means that your opponent can't then produce a boatload. Get that? Pardon the pun. I'm sorry. A boatload of ships out of this dock, because the Heimdall will be able to kill it faster. So it's like if you win, because 100% of the time, every single time, you're going to get your Valkyrie bolted. So instead of that, maybe you don't get your Valkyrie bolted. But we do see the triremes coming out, ready to move forward. Freya is coming through. We do see the instant 50 wood damage onto onto Mariano's villages here, and he instantly moves the villages away. Unlike on land maps where I say never do this, on water maps, it's kind of fine because the villages, it delays, it does a little bit more than, I don't know. I don't even know if it's any good because, like, I mean, these two villages obviously are being a little bit plebby, but he just moved up to this thing and it was very, very small amount of damage inflicted. But Shelty going to be sitting back here, hiding, defending, coming out, fighting when he wants to. As Zeus, you don't want to lose any train. That's the big important thing. You want to fight as much as you possibly can, micro as best as you can, and then abuse restoration. Nice micro here from Mariano. But Shelty, on the other hand, you can kind of take these fights, but you have to just consistently micro here. I would actually probably prefer him to sit underneath his docks. Thank you for the 1-bit Quinta. Mariano, Latino King. Yes, indeedy. We do have 8 longboats here for Shelty, but he still is asking the question here on Mariano. He wants to move out and fight. Don't need to fight. This is not important for Shelty. He does not need to fight. He wants to hit a semi-fast heroic through Skadi, or just hold on to the water for as long as he possibly can, or hit a semi-fast heroic through Njord and go for a land push with the mountain giants. We'll see what he goes for though. I think I prefer Skadi because then you can get some good stuff. So much damage dealt there by Mariano onto that longboat. It's like the loudest auto cue you've ever heard. It's just me. Fishing ship getting pushed off here. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put the fishing ships over on the side of the map. A little bit less of a chance of Mariano coming in and hitting this. And this is perfect for Shelty. Perfect. The big part of when the Norse Navy sort of beats the Greek Navy is on the mass. When the mass of units comes in. Because the extra damage helps out quite a bit. But Shelty's micro here is very, very lackluster. He is sitting underneath the docks and he's just not firing. And as soon as Shelty fires one volley, Mariano just retreats. Really smart play here. Picking off a bunch of these longboats here. And Shelty hasn't killed one of these. None of these are low HP. Shelty is just completely kaput here. And this is simply just because he's not fighting here. He needs to shoot arrows. It's like he has no units at all. And now all of his fishing ship bar 3 are in his docks. The ships in the back are not firing. And Mariano can literally just... Oh, he's cut ship production. Okay. Is he taking villages off wood? No. Going for the town center? Oh, he's just going for the second town center. Okay. So he's going to sacrifice... This is pretty brutal, but he's going to sacrifice the water here for a second town center. This could be a fake town center into land. Push pressure here, but we already see archery range Mariano, so he's not and military academy for Mariano, so he's not falling for it. And we do see that Mariano's not falling for like extra longboats or anything. So there's no. I'm not seeing the strategic brilliance here from Shelty at this point. I'm not sure what the purpose of this has been, because he could have just kept building longboats and then held on to his water, but I guess he just felt like he wasn't microing very well or something like that. And the dock does go down, and as you can see, the low HP docks here from Norse get pummeled. Well, I like to see a buff to these docks up to 1600 to join the Greek docks, simply because they cost a little bit more wood. 120 wood. Seems fair to me. Fishing ships do go down. There's 6 fishing ships left in this, and these triremes will end up taking this dock down as the game continues. There's still restoration here for Mariano as well. As Mouse has told me in the chat, shout out to Mouse, 1991. And yeah, like if Mariano just, well, there's a really nice gold mine here actually. So this town center with a wall and a wall, maybe it's fine. We do see the town centers going up here for Mariano. But honestly, I don't think that Shelty is, I don't know if he's in that bad of a position here. Has he got Persane for these yet? He does. He needs to fish this up. 10 fishing ship, not enough. Build 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just get a bunch more fishing ship. Just take the inefficiencies of them and get them, because you probably... Is he floating wood? He's fighting a little bit of wood. May as well just get him. See the trireme spreading out. Going to attempt to prevent these units from running by. Maybe Shelty runs up around the top side of the map here, gets control of this town center. We do see the catastrophe seeing the bottom town center here as well. Onto the chicken over here. We do see there's berries. We've also got the deer here as well. Now Mariano moving forward. Is this for her, sir? This is not a good fight here for Shelty. He should retreat instantly here. As he does do so, he's going to take a little bit of damage. These Toxotes cannot chase this army. Same speed for each of them, so totally fine. And Shelty's just going to keep... I thought he was just going to keep pumping units, but it looks like he's not going to. Almost out of gold, but he does have a really nice gold mine. We do see these units retreating away straight past the trireme. Straight past. He's going to lose a lot of these. He's going to have to micro away from that. It's going to force more units to die to the Toxotes. He will make his way past this. Is this wood open? It is open over here, so he will be able to come down the bottom here. These hoplites with the 4.7 move speed are actually enough to slow these units down. It's actually almost better to take a couple units or one unit and just sacrifice it in that situation there, so that the rest of the units can get their full move speed to run away. Otherwise, it does too much damage to your units there. But we do see the armory coming up. Shelty's cut villages here on, or at least on his hometown center. The gold mine's out. Not moving his villagers just yet. We see the hoplites tearing down the longhouse. And in effect, these hoplites can move around this side and siege this town center down, hit it with the restoration if he wants to. Do we see any upgrades? Skadi on the way for Shelty. Interesting. We'll see. We'll see if he's going to be able to do anything with the Skadi or if it's not going to be enough. Still no advance here from Mariano because he's spamming out the units, spamming out the villages and the hoplites. These triremes should basically just be chilling here. Oh, I love this. 3 fishing ships just chilling here. That's 3 population that Shelty's not going to have. More longhouses up to Shelty as the hoplites pushing through. Is there any medium hoplites coming through? There is not medium hoplites coming through, but this could be brutal. Skadi, 65%. This town center probably going to go down. Probably worth restoration here to take this down as a good use, which is going to allow him to push in onto this gold mine if he wants to. There's still no restoration coming in just yet. Waiting a little bit long on this, to be honest. Nice micro there from Mariano, pulling the hoplite back. So maybe just holding onto it to defend against the, I was going to say to defend against the Skadi, but the Skadi comes through, cross hitting this. It's going to be basically nullifying that restoration there. Lots of damage going to come onto these units. We do see the trireme coming in. We do see another dock coming in as well. Going to have access to those heroic age siege ships. And one part about this is that a really fast tier here is brutal. You get the Yeoman Elvers, mix that in with naval auxiliaries and a couple of archer ships, and you basically have complete control over the water, and that allows you to cut off this town center with your ships. But we're not seeing that just yet. We do see the walls up already for Mariano to prevent the town center from going up. How's the population looking? We've got 100 population, 134. Still no advancing here for Mariano. If Shelty could get out a Hellfort, he could start making Huskar, and they'd be really, really strong. Another Frost Giant chilling here. As we see this Jason getting taken down. The Odysseus doesn't do a whole lot of damage to the Frost Giant because he's got 69% pierce armor. So he doesn't have to worry too much about it. It will take him down eventually. It does about 20 damage a shot or something like that, just over that. But it does eventually take it down. But it's looking like while Shelty has managed to defend for the time being, he just does not have the production here. Only 3 or 4 military buildings here versus Mariano's 6 military buildings. We can see he can even move down to the bottom to grab this town center if he wants. The town center just about to fall. Another Frost Giant coming in. And Shelty, in classic Norse fashion, does lose the Mediterranean here. If you didn't expect that to happen, then don't know what Mediterranean games you've been watching. But this almost worked here for Shelty. I feel like if he could have gotten Skadi just a little bit quicker, lost less units, not moved forward. I don't see why he should move forward here. Play should have been get Skadi, get a heal for, get Huskarl out. Huskarl throwing action against this army, very, very strong. Super fast tier, throw the docks down as you're going up through tier, get the Yor Manelva, get Naval Locks abilities, and then maybe he can take this game back playing defensive. Given that Mariano went so aggressive with Athena, I feel like the Mythic Age would have been very, very helpful here for Shelty, but he didn't go for it, and Mariano does level the series 1-1. If you enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.